Video we are going to talk about hiding. People who play hide and seek, because we see that we live in a society where people hide. Why do people hide? Why do you hide? Why do you keep hiding? And why you need to stop it right now. If you want to know more, go ahead and grab a chair, make yourself comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, grab a pencil, a notebook, whatever will make you feel comfortable all through this video, and let's jump right into this conversation. Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Julie, and this channel is all about lifestyle, self-development, self-improvement, self-management. So if this sounds like something you are interested in, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click that red button below this video here. Activate the notification bell so that you will be notified each time I upload a new video. And also, please don't forget to share, like and share if you enjoy what you hear. Okay, so without any further ado, let's jump right into today's video. So what I've noticed is that a lot of, like I said, when I thought about what I wanted to talk today, I wanted to talk about the importance of loving yourself and embracing who you are. But suddenly, as I was thinking about it, the idea of hiding yourself came to my mind. I was like, wow, this is exactly what it is, because the reality is that we hide. We are like actors in the society. It's easy to hide. You know what I mean? It is easy to hide our true self as we go through this life, and the reason there's so many reasons why people might hate, hide. They hide their true identity, they hide their personality, most of the time because they are ashamed of who they are. They are ashamed of who they are. And when I thought about this, it hurt me. I mean, it really touched my heart, because there's nothing in this world, now that I realize that there's nothing that you can achieve without authenticity. Nothing serious, nothing substantial that you can achieve without authenticity. I feel like someone needs to hear this today, right? So a lot of people don't like themselves in general because we are ashamed. They are ashamed of who they are. They are ashamed of their past. They are ashamed of the things that they have experienced in their lives. They are ashamed of how they look, because maybe they heard some people say they weren't looking good enough. They weren't, they were too fat. A lot of people really, or they are too skinny. A lot of people do not like themselves for many reasons. We hate our cultural background. We hate, even the family in which we grew up. A lot of people hate who they are. And for me, that is a big deal. That is a big deal, because we fear rejection. We crave, most of the time, that's what happens. When we reject ourselves, we reject ourselves because we don't want others to reject us. We hide who we truly are because we want people to accept us in a certain way. If people don't like what they see in us, then we try to change in order to please them. And what this causes is that this makes us turn us into people pleasers. We become people pleasers. We start to live for other people. We start to live to please others. This is a big deal. This is not an easy thing to do, because I had to go through this process myself, and I had to come to a point where it was so tedious. It drains your energy. And so one thing you need to realize, like I said, is that authenticity is the key to happiness. Authenticity is the key to happiness in this life. It's the key to a life of peace. Most people I know that have experienced or known a certain level of success are people who have learned to not care what other people thought about themselves in a way that really, prevented them from expressing themselves fully. These people have come to terms with what they couldn't change about themselves, and I believe that I truly believe that this is what made them, become who they are or successful. When I look at people like, the people I admire, Michelle Obama, her husband, Trump, these people don't care. They love who they are, and they don't care. Most politicians don't really care what you think. well, not that they don't really care what you think, but they have this about themselves that, you know what I mean, they you have to have a certain level of convictions. You have to live by conviction. And so what am I trying to say basically? So, like I said, there's a lot of reasons why some people don't like themselves. People don't like themselves because they are ashamed of where they are. They are ashamed of their past experiences. They are ashamed of what they've heard other people say about them. They don't like the shape of their head. They don't like the shape of their nose, their ears. They hate the way their body look. They hate even their cultural background, their family history, the family in which they were raised. They have so much hate, and there's a reason for that. They are ashamed because they are ashamed, and because they are ashamed, they don't want people to know about these things. And so what they do is they bury all those things that make them who they are in order to be accepted by others, in order to not experience rejection. In order to not experience rejection, okay, because they crave, people just crave for friendships, for relationships, for companionships, to the point where they are ready to do everything, to the point of burying themselves just to live for others. Okay, so what happens is that we start to like others, we start to admire other people, and but there are a couple of things I want you to realize as I go through this video. There are a couple of things I want you to realize. The number one thing I want you to realize is that authenticity is the key to a life of happiness. It's a key to a life of success and peace of mind. Authenticity is everything that you need in order to experience the real purpose of God for your life. Most of the people that I know who have made it in this life, I have observed, have learned to love who they are, and they have learned to embrace who they are, and in full integrity of who they were created to be. And for me, I feel like that is the reason why they became so successful. When I look at all these successful YouTubers and people that I follow on YouTube, most of these people have something interesting. I love them for their personality, because you know what? I believe your personality, your true authentic self, is your only asset. Because people can do the same thing, but what makes the difference is what you truly are on the inside. Okay. The second thing I want you to realize is that you not by burying who you are to live like other people, you do not only lose yourself, of course, but you become something that you are not. You become the lie that you pretend to be. Your whole entire life is a lie. You spend your time admiring and cheering everyone else except you. You try to be like others. And for me, that's the biggest disservice that someone can ever do to themselves. That is the most tedious job. And let me tell you, it takes a lot of energy to impersonate someone. It is tiring. It is boring. It's hard. It takes a lot of courage to be authentic. It takes a lot of courage to be your true self. But you have to get to that stage in order to experience true happiness. And only you can do that. No one else can do that for you. Okay? The next thing I want you to realize is that when you are not yourself, you attract the wrong crowd. I wrote it down here. You attract the wrong crowd, because being yourself and living in the integrity of who you are has this benefit of attracting the right people and repelling the wrong crowd. And so what happens when you bury who you truly are and you start acting out someone that you are not, you are going to attract those people. Your friendships are going to be fake. Your friendships are not going to be real. You can't even have genuine friendship if you hide your true self. People will love what you do. When you hide your true self, people will love what you do. People will admire what you wear. People will admire what you have. But the moment you no longer do what you do, they will come to you because of what you do. They will come to you because of what you have. They will come to you because of what, you know what I mean? But when you are no longer able to do what you do, you no longer have what you have, they will be gone. And you will be back to the same level where you were before. So what is the point of working so hard for nothing? What is the point of working so hard for nothing? Okay? They will leave because they were never in love with you. They were in love with what you were doing because that's what you showed them. You never showed them who you were. You never showed them what your needs were. You never showed them what your beliefs, what your true values were. And that's why I truly believe it is important that we align our lives to who we truly are on the inside, our way of thinking, to our beliefs, to the values that we hold dear. People need to know that about us. People need to know, you know, what makes us tick. People need to know what our passion is. If not, I mean, we might attract some people, but those friendships are not going to last. They will not be genuine. And once you are no longer able to provide what they came to you for, they will leave. But your true identity never leaves you. No matter what happens, you will always be you. You will always be you. Your head will never change shapes. The voice, the tone of your voice will never change. Okay? You will always be you. So why work so hard for something that might just crash completely down all of a sudden? Why? You to know is that you will never experience fulfillment when you are not your true self. And I don't know how to illustrate this really, but this is the only thing that comes to my mind is a singer. For instance, you know how to sing. You know how to sing. You have, because God didn't give everyone the same voice. You know how to sing, but you want to sing like Celine Dion. You want to sing like Mariah Carey. You want to sing in that range of voice, but your range of voice does not allow you to sing like those people. You start to imitate Celine Dion instead of staying in your range. If you stay in your range, you know that if you stay in your range, you will be able to make exploits. You will do wonders. You will do great. However, you ignore what you're able to do, what you have, to focus on what other people have. And the result is nothing but frustration. Frustration. You will never know true fulfillment. You will live a life of frustration by always trying to live the life of other people, live for other people to accept you. No, you will never truly know happiness that way. So one thing I really want to leave you today, one tip that I believe, my camera is funny, I'm sorry guys. So one thing I truly believe that can help you today, and because that has helped me in my journey, is that, I think changing the way you think, realizing that you are not a mistake. That hair that you have, that body you have, that hair texture that you have, that, you're being a female, your sex, okay, was given to you for a reason. God created you perfectly. Everything that God makes is perfect. You need to realize that. So you are perfectly made. You are not other people. I don't care how much you try to imitate them. I don't care how well you do it. The shape of your head will never change. The shape of your face will never change to look like theirs. There are things about you that you cannot change. The color of your skin will never change. The texture of your hair will never change. Your personal experience will never be theirs. What they experience, you will never experience. No. Use your experiences. Your experiences are your biggest asset. What you are is your biggest asset. Okay, your personal experiences, like I said, will never be the same. God created you with a specific plan in mind. It is unique you because He placed in you a unique set of skills. He placed in you a unique set of abilities, a unique set of talents for a specific purpose that only you can accomplish, and it is your responsibility to rise up and embrace what you've received to create the life of your dreams. A lot of people get it twisted because they wait on God to do all the work for them. And I always say this is not how it works, right? It is true that God has given us a divine assignment to fulfill, but it is not automatic. It's not even guaranteed. Like, you may die without living the plan of God, without experiencing the plan of God for your life, without experiencing the abundance of joy and happiness that God promises you in the Bible. If you do not aggressively rise up and work towards your success, it is your responsibility to rise up and do what is needed. So my question to you is, would you put in the work to bring the desires of your heart to life, or are you going to neglect it and allow it to die? That's my question to you. But like I said, you have it in you. You have everything that you need. You are enough. You are enough. You don't need to be like X, Y, or Z. Just be you. Love who you are. So if there's anything in this video, if there's anything you want to remember at all at the end of this video, it is that you should embrace yourself, because until you learn to live in the full integrity of who you are, until you learn to honor who God created you to be, you will never step in your purpose. The day when you decide to live in your full authenticity is the very moment you will step into your destiny and live a life of happiness. I hope this video has been helpful.